welcome. We're so excited that you've come to see the work of a wild and crazy week at Film Camp. And so this is great that you've joined us. And for those of you who are joining us online, welcome as well. Glad to have you. And just so you have a little bit of context here, Taylor's film and media production program actually teaches a bunch of different kinds of visual storytelling. So it's not just what you'll see today, which is fiction filmmaking. We also do producing for business clients. We do documentary filmmaking. We do television studio production, and what you'll see today, which is fiction. So fiction film is a crazy art form. It requires a lot of time and effort. We didn't have a lot of time this week. So yeah, this is a nutty timeline, but we're incredibly proud of the work that your students have created even under these crazy time constraints. So we wrote the film by the end of the first day. We refined it on day 2 and came up with the storyboard for it. We shot on days 3. Actually, I think everybody finished shooting on day 3. We edited on day 4 and finished editing this morning. These are like hot off the press, although that's the wrong metaphor. So anyway, after we show each film, we'll bring the team up to talk about their experiences and give them a chance to answer your questions. So this is part of the world of being a filmmaker. You have to be part of Q&As all the time. So this will be their opportunity to answer your questions. But I'd like to first begin with a word of prayer like we do around here. So Lord, I want to thank you for giving these students the creativity to take on work like this. And I want to thank you for guiding them through the week and allowing us to interact with them and allowing them to collaborate with other creative people who want to use their gifts to honor you both now and in the future. And so we offer this work to you. Amen. All right, I'm going to ask you to silence your phones, which all film festivals tell you to do, and avoid using them when the lights are low because it's distracting. And the first film of the morning, and there are 4 we're going to watch, and they're around 5 minutes each. And the first film of the morning comes from the green team. Also known as Grouchy Oscar Productions, headed by Taylor Sr., Carolyn Davis, and faculty member and executive producer Steve Bailey. And here's the quick summary, which in the film world we call the log line. It's when a valuable object shows up at their doorstep, 2 friends turn enemies. Here we go with Delivery.
Bro, are you gonna get that?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude. Who's coming to the clubhouse at this time?
Hey, man! Pizza time! You guys are Sarah and Hannah, right?
No?
Yeah, yes we are.
Gnarly, dude! Did you guys pay online?
Yeah.
Nice. Have a great day.
We ordered a pizza?
We did now.
Well, this was fun. I'm going home.
Dude, but we just got the pizza. Wait a minute, bro. Look at this.
Man, I gotta go home. Is that?
Yeah.
Who would put that in a pizza box?
I don't know. How much do you think it's worth?
It's priceless.
And it's mine.
Yours? Why would it be yours?
Who's under my slice?
How do I know you didn't just move it?
Are you calling me a liar?
That's exactly what I'm calling you.
Well, I bought the box.
Sure, because your name is Hannah and mine's Sarah, right?
It doesn't matter. We'll just settle this like men.
I guess we'll have to then.
What's that? I win.
You're serious?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You thought I wouldn't notice?
Notice what?
I saw you cheat.
What do you mean?
You took it right out of the deck and put it in your hand.
Are you calling me a liar?
That's exactly what I'm calling you. Again.
Well, you're pale.
All right. Fine. Fine.
Yeah!
No!
That's right! Yes!
Hey, man, have you seen my... Whoa! My Pikachu V Max! Thanks, man! Freaky deaky, bro! You know Speaky! Y'all having a party? Adios, muchachos!
Oh! Let's
Dang it.
go! Oh!
Oh, that one. Okay. Okay, so I'm Carolyn. I was the producer on this film, and I will just introduce everybody, I guess. We have Trey, he was one of our actors. Raina was our writer and cinematographer. Chloe was PA. Oliver was director and scriptwriter. Henry edited and acted and did audio. Luke did audio and camera, and then Peter edited. So yeah. Do we have any questions?
How did you come up with your story?
So we used a random word generator because it was kind of hard to think of an idea. So the word that popped up was pizza. And then I remembered that I had a deck of cards that I brought to film camp. We didn't use my deck of cards, we used hers, but I just remember that. I'm like, with those cards. And then
Henry suggested doing a card game that just made no sense, just for comedy. And then when we got the pizza delivery idea, I said, well, what if there's some sort of object in there? And then they just kind of developed the scripts from there. So that was it.
the scenes with the pizza delivery guy.
Hello? Yeah, there we go. I think I liked any of the more creative shots were the most fun to direct, like the whip pans, or like the point of view from the pizza box. Anything that just like wasn't a normal shot was interesting on set.
Yeah, that one was my favorite too. And then also the one, the shot where we did the close up on the actors' faces. Those were really fun to do as well. So.
My director's not agreeing with ideas.
It's hard because we have two different visions, I guess, and it's really hard to work with one another. But we figured it out.
Co-directing is very difficult, but we smoothed it out eventually. So.
No.
That we originally we set out to. I was like, oh, what kind of message are we gonna tell? What kind of goals do these characters have? And we kind of dropped that at some point in the process of coming up with the story. So no, there's not really a clear message. It's just kind of fun. But I guess if you want to take something from it, that's up to you as the audience.
Yeah. If you find something, just tell us. That'd be cool.
One more. Thank you guys.
Our second film this afternoon comes from the blue team. Otherwise known as Blue Scope, led by Taylor Sr. Luke Zobel, who is way at the back running the camera for our live stream. And he's the producer, and then the faculty member is John Bruner as executive producer over there. And this film is called In Trouble. And the log line is, two high schoolers with contrasting tastes spend detention together. In trouble.
Look, I'll work on my half on this side, and you can work on your half on that side.
All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. Don't tear the place apart.
Yes, Mr. White. Can you turn down the music? Can you turn the music down? Your headphones. Why?
Look, that's just how I focus.
Yeah, well, this is how I focus. when you spilled all the tadpoles on the floor. I wish you weren't my partner. I wish I didn't even have to do this assignment.
Oh, well, I think I can accommodate.
Don't you dare. If I go down, you're going down with me.
Well, it's a group project. That's kind of how this works. Look, if Breaking Bad over there catches us like this, we're both in trouble. Sit down.
What is this? What planet are you on?
I don't know, it's just how I plan things.
What's the problem now?
This is how George and Lenny's story physically changes, where they go, what they do. The essay is looking for how their dynamic changes, their relationship with one another.
Look, I didn't understand the book. I specialize in statistics, algebra, that kind of stuff. I'm not good with subjective, relationship, twisty-turdy kind of things.
We could work as a group, with my more alienistic and intergalactic style and your, well, whatever you bring to the table. We could, just maybe, pass this class.
Okay, so where do we start?
Very well. You can leave.
I hope we passed.
We totally did.
All right. So I'm Luke Zobel, and I was the producer and also Mr. White. And this is Blue Scope. So right here we have Gracelyn, who was Elise, one of our great actors, and also a little bit of a casting agent too. And Graham here is one of our amazing directors and also screenwriters. And Jack was our cinematographer and editor. And Brody was also a cinematographer and scriptwriter. And Colton was also one of our directors and editors. And Liam here was the great Sam as an actor. And Jackie was our script supervisor and also one of our audio technicians, as well as Jack was an audio technician too. So any questions?
Oh, okay. Sorry, a little close. Sorry, could you restate the question again? I'm trying to process it.
So obviously, you guys bring different perspectives and different backgrounds
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very reflective of kind of the filming process. Maybe not as argumentative and angry as it was in the short film, but I think in the writing stage we all had a lot of different ideas, and it was very tough for us to kind of set aside our own creative vision, because part of the filmmaking process is giving up creative control to some of the other people and making sure your voice feels heard. I think the shooting stage we all worked together very well, but I think art imitates life quite well, and it was a little bit like this on a more civilized scale.
I don't know if this works. I could add something to that. Yeah, I think the big message we wanted to get across was kind of like two people, even if they're however different they are, they can work together and actually benefit from each other and learn more than just working on their own, using their own creative style. Yeah, that definitely was I don't know if that was influenced by our behind the scenes, but
I think it was. Yeah, it was mostly, I think that was reflective on us. I'm gonna go over here. That was reflective on us just from our different backgrounds and what we came with together. We had like maybe 300 ideas spilled out on day 2 for the ending. We had no idea what the heck we should do. And that's just reflective of where we came from. And then, you know, having those two people interact completely differently is reflective of how we interacted.
That was all on Luke.
Yeah, so they're in detention, they're in trouble, and the concept is related to music, so in trouble, yeah.
Yeah, that was intentionally awkward. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of like the first one. It was kind of based off of the first one in the montage. That was an accident.
it was a blooper.
We thought it was going to be a blooper, and they put it in the final cut. Yeah, we did not expect that to be in the final cut. It did work. It did work really well. But yeah, that was kind of just Liam and I getting excited that we finally finished something that was really hard. And then we went for a high five, and it just totally missed. And yeah, that's why I laughed really hard.
We had them write out just a bunch of stuff for like an hour straight, just throughout it. Like, we started the shoot with them writing stuff on their own, and then we're like, okay, keep writing for just a really long time. We're gonna film you for a while, just whatever you want. But some of it will be shown on camera, so.
Some of it was, most of it was Taylor Swift lines, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
Getting the music at that one point where they're like yelling at each other, getting the music right so like it wasn't too loud and the yelling wasn't too loud where it would be like peaking and stuff, and that was challenging.
Another difficult part was that we don't really know Premiere. We used Adobe Premiere.
Oh yeah, that too.
I've done a year on DaVinci Resolve, and you have done a lot on Final Cut. So we're completely two different editors with two different styles, and now we're coming together on a program we don't know how to use. We did really well. I looked up, like, in my 2 a.m. sessions in my dorm, I'm like, oh, okay, let me look up how to use Premiere so I can, you know, be okay on day 4. I think we did really well for this.
Yeah, we did
for our first
good.
time looking at the actual program.
Jesse, and it was crazy.
Very crazy.
Today is Graceland's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Graceland. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. This is really embarrassing, but thank you.
That was a surprise from Graceland's parents right over here. So, thank you, team. The next film comes from the red team. Otherwise known as Red Stocks, led by Taylor Jr., Aiden Merck, and faculty member and executive producer Lincoln Reed. And here's the short summary. Two lifelong enemies must fight against all odds to determine who will eat the last muffin. The muffin.
Hey Amber, how's your professional, I'm sorry, what were you in again?
Professional writing. It's going well. And your art?
Good. Great.
Remember that time in 8th grade?
With the cookie? Never forget.
We were so immature back then.
Yeah.
Aren't you, I don't know, gluten-free?
Lactose intolerant, actually.
Last muffin.
Too slow. Just like the cookie.
That I ate. Serious? Oh, Casey!
Yeah, no, yeah, I saw it the other day. I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was a...
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you 127?
Yeah.
I found this key in the hall. I think it's yours.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, ma'am.
You can have it now if you want.
No, Casey. You know what? Truce.
For now.
Okay, sweet. Hello, everyone. My name is Aiden Merck, and I was the producer for this group. So I'll just go on down the line. Right here we've got Seth. He directed and was one of our cinematographers. And then Elizabeth was another director, along with playing Amber. And then Lauren also helped shoot it, along with editing. And then Nevaeh helped write and also played Casey. And then Ben also found all of our glorious music and recorded the audio as well. Yeah, so any questions for us?
For the cinematographers, yes. Like during the scene, I think when Casey was walking with triumphantly, I had to walk backwards with the camera, and I would have to be so still, so the camera wasn't shaking because I didn't have the tripod. So that was definitely something that it was a little hard at some points, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So yeah.
I kept getting told to slow down during that.
Yeah.
And we had a few close calls with cords on the ground and backing into people.
Yeah, mostly the hard part was we shot a lot of the fight scenes. We'd shoot a tiny bit, and then we'd do a different part. So a lot of it was just editing it together. It didn't feel cohesive filming it, which was the challenging part of visualizing how it would look at the end. But yeah.
So we actually had access to the basement of Bruniger, that hall. And so we actually, so we went into one of the rooms, and there were blinds, but we closed them and it was still too light. So we decided to pick up the mattresses and build a little tower in front of them.
We stacked them up on top of each other.
We stacked them on top of the window, and we're very lucky that they didn't fall and trample us.
These three became furniture movers for a while. We stood and watched them.
Yeah. For that whole scene, it was just us four basically banging on furniture, and then I had handcuffs in my hand, and then I was just right next to the microphone, ratcheting the handcuffs.
Yeah, so we did have handcuffs in last. I don't know if you could tell, but Casey had lots of handcuffs on her. Her character did, so that's why I didn't pursue, because I was handcuffed to one of the.
Sadly, I don't actually own any.
Yeah, thank you, Aiden, for those.
Yes, you were welcome. Any other questions?
So, first day, I woke up out of bed and I was hungry, and I decided I wanted a muffin, and I'm like, idea! Don't know why, when you think muffin, that's not usually the first thing you think of shooting a short film about it, but I sat down after I woke up, wrote a quick outline, and when we came and had a writer's table, I pitched the idea, and we adapted it a little bit, so everyone had their opinions, and that's how we got the story.
Yeah, I will say I read the script and I was like, this is awesome, very cool. And then we showed up on set and they had all this fight choreography planned out that I had no clue about, but turned out really well, I think. Any other questions?
That would be Casey. Well, she's the more kind-hearted spirit. I would say I'm more of the hard, almost bully, but not really.
Ruthless, I'd say. Yeah, ruthless.
She actually injured me while choreographing the elevator fight scene.
Yeah, we had name tags and it sliced a little bit. But
That's why there was a Band-Aid. You might stop the scene in one shot.
Oh yeah, and in the last scene for the diving, it's not just one take for the diving, so I dove multiple times on the ground, and by the end of the day, I had grass is like blades sometimes, so I had a bunch of little scratches all over my leg.
Anything else? Yeah, Kip?
What made you choose professional writing?
I don't know, you'd have to ask. Well, I guess I am Amber. I don't know, we just decided to go with it.
Yeah, so Aiden kindly got us 4 muffins, and we filmed the bird poop scene near the beginning. So we already destroyed one muffin because we used paint on that, and then so we eventually used all 4 muffins. We were able to keep the last muffin intact, but it was kind of dangerous throwing the muffin around and everything.
Yeah, it was during the choreo that they got smashed because we would grab it too hard, or when we were doing the cafeteria. Originally, instead of rolling the muffin on the ground, it was supposed to fly through the air in slow motion. And when we were practicing that shot, Nevaeh threw it to me, and in slow motion, no, and hit a chair in the cafeteria. Yeah.
The top had already been coming off of that one, so it just shattered on the. Then we had to go ask the cafeteria staff for a vacuum.
Yeah.
All right, one more question maybe?
If you had to say how many hours it took you to edit that, because with fight scenes and there's a lot of hard cutting there, how many hours do you think it took to edit?
Well, starting yesterday, it definitely took me from when I rolled into the film studio, which was around 10:30, to probably 1 or 2 in the morning. It was a long process, but we got a lot of it done. And some of it rolled into this morning, but for the most part, a lot of the editing was done yesterday. But yeah, it was a long process, but it was very fun. I was definitely not bored in any parts of the editing process. It was great. We were laughing with all we'd pause during a part and someone's face would be contorted or something, or there'd be a funny scene, we'd go through all the films and stuff and watch all the funny bloopers. But yeah, it was definitely a long, hard process, but it's worth it all in the end. So.
All righty, thank you guys.
The fourth and final film was made by the Yellow Team. Led by Taylor Jr. Kaylee Bornhofer, faculty member me, Kathy Bruner, and this is the logline for our film. When French fries keep disappearing from fast food restaurants in Upland, 2 detectives set out to catch the culprit. Fries and lies.
Today we're bringing on special guest Caitlin to talk about... Oh, sorry, I am just hearing now that we have a story that is way better than Caitlin's. There has been another break-in at a local restaurant. This is one of the 6 break-ins in the past month. Local detectives are on the case.
Well, it took you long enough.
I apologize for the delay. We're here now, though.
Is this caution tape really necessary?
We take these types of procedures very, very seriously. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
If you have to.
Could you explain to us what happened this morning? Did you see anything suspicious?
Well, I finished making the first batch of fries around 10:45 this morning and went on break. And when I came back at 11:15, the whole batch of fries was completely gone, and just a few fries were left here on the floor.
Doesn't sound like you know much of what happened, so we can't really help you.
What do you mean? There's plenty that we can do to help. This is the most serious case we've had in the past 2 years.
This is the only case we've had in the past 2 years.
Wait, thank you so much. We'll do everything we can to help. We're just gonna investigate the scene a little bit.
So far, the police have narrowed it down to 3 suspects.
First, Rhonda Ryans, who's a former employee of Dave's. Hi, Rhonda. So, where were you this morning?
I clocked into the morning shift with Dave.
Okay, well, what were you doing when Dave was on his break?
I was working the register. You can check the cameras.
Okay, well, we'll check over that, but I guess you're good to go for now. Second, Spencer Stevenson, a food enthusiast YouTuber who loves fries.
Yo, what's up, guys? We are here in the local detectives interrogation room, and I'm gonna say this is probably one of the coolest experiences in my life. And here we are. Here are the detectives as we speak. You can see that the
You cannot film in here. Okay, so you are a food YouTuber that specializes.
Sorry, guys. The jerk detective.
Great. Where were you this morning?
If I tell you, can I get my phones back?
Maybe.
I was live. I was reviewing local donut shops for my YouTube channel. You can see it all there.
Well, I guess you're right, but how'd you get this phone?
Well, obviously I couldn't be in 2 places at once, so.
Okay, well, I guess you're good to go.
This was great. So it's really nice to meet you.
Last but not least, Brock Swifter, who attempted robbery at a Dollar General 2 years ago. So, Brock Swifter, it says on your file that you have a criminal past.
Not really.
Well, it says on March 25th, 2020, you were convicted of a larceny, were you not?
It was a candy bar from a Dollar General.
Okay, well, where were you this morning at 11 a.m.?
Couch in my house.
All right, Brock. Well, are you sure you weren't stealing fries?
No, I have anaphylaxis. Like, I'm allergic to potatoes. What are you doing?
Are you sure? That sounds exactly like what a criminal would
stop.
say.
What are you doing? I'm literally allergic to potatoes. No, stop.
Good, don't they?
No, I'm out of here. This is so unprofessional. Literally, I'm allergic to potatoes. I'm not the type of person. No, get that out of here.
You know what? Maybe this is stupid. Maybe we should just call off the case.
That's probably for the best. Ooh, look at the time. I'ma head home.
Bye, I guess. It was Willow. Oh my gosh. Hello? Yeah, officer? Yeah, it's Willow. I'm on her computer right now and she has her search history just full of fries. She has a desk drawer full of fries too. You have to get her. It's totally her. I'm on my way. That's her right there, right there.
Hey, Ezra, I can see him. Go up against the vehicle right now. You're under arrest for theft. Other hand. Watch your head.
All right. Well, we're French Fried Studios. I'm Kaylee. I was the producer and also acted. I'll just go down the line. So Zach was a cinematographer and edited the project for us. Then Gabe helped with the writing process, was also a cinematographer and a director. Ian was audio and a director. And then Abigail found sounds, so did Emmy. They both found sounds for us. They designed the poster for us, which is awesome. And they both wrote the script. So yeah, if anyone has any questions.
What aspect ratio did you guys use?
It was 1920 to 1080 with like black bars on each side. I don't know I'm not good at math. That's why I'm a film major, not a math major.
So the original idea was kind of like a mystery type thing. So it was like a murder mystery. Then murder kind of was dark. So then we were like, okay, how about a robbery? And then we were like, okay, hear me out, fries. Because we were already called French Fried Studios. So we just kind of developed it from there.
Like actually in real life or in the film? Well, in real life I only have one. In the film I had 3. 3 that you saw. I don't know about how many you didn't see, so.
I think we spent about $20 on fries. And we bought them the day before, so we couldn't even eat them because they were all cold and soggy and absolutely disgusting.
Yes.
I had to eat one for one scene, and I don't even Can you see me eating it? But I had to eat it, and it was so hard keeping a straight face because it was the most disgusting thing I have ever eaten. Anyway.
Any more questions? Yeah.
So we started Wednesday morning, and we finished Wednesday night. Yeah, we were, in our first 2 hours, we were already an hour behind.
Oh, that was
They had the idea,
Kathy.
and then Kathy helped us out getting it all sorted. So thank you, Kathy.
It was really nice though, because we kept throwing out ideas, and I'm used to being very limited. But every time it was like, oh yeah, we can do that. We can make an interrogation scene. We can get the campus police involved. So it was nice. We can spend $20 on fries.
So is there any last questions? Yeah.
On which 100-degree day did you guys get your outdoor shots of the
That was on Wednesday, and it was, thankfully we shot it earlier in the morning, so it wasn't quite the hottest part of the day, but it was still very hot. Yes, it was.
Outside for 2 minutes, and we were all sweating.
Definitely. Kathy made sure to keep the van cool.
All right. Okay, yeah, that we saw one.
Yeah. There's probably 50 minutes of just the film that we cut down to 5.
Yeah, there was a lot of extra shots that we did that we didn't put in. So there was a lot that was cut.
There's also a lot of outtakes. I think on my fry scene, it was our 7th take.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to clean up after each take, and yeah.
Well, the first time you did it, he goes, all right, guys, 1 take right here. And then it comes to his first line, and he just stares and goes, I'm sorry. it was great.
Well, because it was I was too far focused. I'm we're gonna get this whole thing.
Yes, he was very
I'm focused on the back half of the lines, and then it gets to my first one, and I'm just sorry.
All right. If there's no more questions, that was that. Yeah, thank you guys.
How's that for 1 week? All right. So this was a great week. I just have like 2 more minutes. Great week of fun and also a great introduction to our program. If you and your student are making any college visits this year, we'd invite you back. We'd love to have you for one of those, what we call 24 at TU, so 24-hour experience to check us out. But we want to thank you for sharing your sons and daughters with us this week. Campers, you can expect to see a survey from us by email so that you can tell us what we can do differently and even better next year. And campers are now able to eat a final meal at the Dining Commons or at Chick-fil-A, but just make sure that you turn in your key in the Bruniger lobby at the front desk before you leave. And we're going to have a quick punch reception outside this room, and we also want to take your team photo at your poster, so that'll be your last stop, okay? Thank you so much for coming. Oh, John has a comment. Oh, yes, and if you are making films of your own of less than 10 minutes, please submit them to our Envision Film Festival. You can win scholarship dollars if you decide to come to Taylor. So look for those announcements in January. All right, thank you so much for coming.